she's been missing. I don't know who you are.
I hear you, but I think you can have conversation with family members and they'll go, yes, yes, yes.
They'll go away and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell a child that's already going through so much that this is how you're making me feel, carry that.
He repeats things that he's heard her say about me, and he appears angry with me for what his mum did to him. He still comes to me when he needs emotional support, but can be very mean. I just don't know how to navigate this.
You can't even cry. Like, I'm traumatised here. I'm having a breakdown.
What do you want them to do about that?
I would communicate with you.
But your relationship is breaking down right now.
Like, I'll do it in a nice way, I think.
Children are too exposed to the emotional dysregulation, anger, resentment of the adult.
You feel like they're turning on you.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to swallow, you know.
What's the consequence of that? A child being conflicted and torn.
You can love both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I would be there with chest.
Would you?
I would be there with
You can't
chest.
see him.
Why is it, as stepmums, we could do everything. Then as soon as there's a little bit of conflict, it's like, oh... Hi guys, I'm Kate Ferdinand and this is Blended, the podcast where we have real, raw and honest conversations around blended families. Today I'm joined by my two amazing co-hosts, Cilla and Nathalie. Why am I not? Because they're like smiling at me. We're just so happy to be here. How are you ladies?
You go first.
I'm fine. I actually have no complaints.
Hang on a minute.
Really? I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine as well.
You look like a dream today in orange.
Thanks.
Look at so pretty.
You look so like tanned.
Thank you so much.
It's because her man was on. She said, "We go. See, I match my husband. We are beautiful."
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
Wow. Okay.
On that note.
Right, guys. So today's dilemma. Help needed, please. In brackets, love the podcast, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Oh.
Love that. I've been with my partner for 12 years. We both have one child each. We've always been very lucky. The kids love each other and get on very well. My stepson has lived with us full time for the past 8 to 9 years. He had an unhealthy relationship with his mum and it was very traumatic for him. We got him the therapy that he needed and provided a stable, loving and happy family life. He has thrived ever since and he is a beautiful boy inside and out. Last year, his bio-mum came into his life. We supported him as he wanted her in his life. Unfortunately, she really dislikes me and often says derogatory remarks about me to him. Lately, he has been very argumentative and negative towards me. He repeats things that he's heard her say about me and he appears angry with me for what his mum did to him. He still comes to me when he needs emotional support but can be very mean. I just don't know how to navigate this. Should I take a step back? Right, let's just sum this up because it's quite a long one. Stepmum has been in a stepson's life and lived with her full-time for 8 to 9 years. He had no relationship with his biological mum. It was really traumatic. Biological mum is now back in the picture and saying certain things and remarks which has made stepson act differently towards stepmum. Yeah. She doesn't know how to handle it. Oh, it's really not nice, is it?
No, it's really not nice. And
How old is he?
I don't know. It doesn't say how old he is, actually.
It just stinks of the son being very conflicted.
Yeah, he's vulnerable,
And
really,
vulnerable,
isn't he?
yeah.
He wants his mum. It's not, I hate when people say it's not personal, but it doesn't sound like it's personal. It sounds like he wants his mum. He's missed his mum. He wants to be loyal towards his mum. And he's confused about his mum being back as well. A lot is happening. And I just feel like, oh my gosh, there's not much stepmom can do about it. Like, she can be upset and she can nip bad behaviour, like, in the bud. So, like, don't be, like, if he's being respectful or whatever, just like any young person in anyone's presence, you nip it in the bud, like, don't speak to me like that or whatnot. But I don't feel like his behaviour should be taken as a dismissal of all that she's invested in him for the past 8 to 9 years. But that's easier said than felt.
Yeah, 100%. What you're saying sounds logical.
Just
but
logical.
When feelings are involved and you've helped a child come through trauma and like looked after them when they're grieving their mum, the loss of their mum, even though she's still alive, but having that relationship, and then all of a sudden you feel like they're turning on you.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to swallow, you know. I'm not sure I would be. I would, but I'd find it very, very difficult.
That's where I just think being a mature, emotionally regulated adult comes into play. You don't personalize the emotional outbursts or the frustration or the anger that is coming from the child, because you understand that that's coming from a place of trauma, manipulation, influenced by outside forces. Like even just now when you said, oh, it's bad behaviour, it is, but it's also... it's a response,
It
isn't
can't be
it?
helped,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a response to a stimuli, and the stimuli is that this child has been through massive amounts of trauma and is now having to navigate how to have a relationship with mum. And I think opening up conversation and dialogue should be the starting point, so that the child feels that the big feelings that he's having have a place to be expressed, where they're not going to be shot down and judged because you're offending me or you're upsetting me or this is, you're hurting my feelings. I think we need to decenter our feelings in these situations and put the feelings of the child first and let the child express themselves and work through what they need to work through.
But again, this is easier said than done.
I do think you are right.
They need to go back to therapy.
But I would still struggle to do that.
Yeah.
Like, as in, because when your feelings are hurt,
You act differently.
And as much as you try and be understanding, which you will be as a parent, I think you also can express that your feelings are hurt.
Not to the child.
Yeah, you can. If it depends. It's 8-9 years. I don't know. He sounds...
I think that's a burden.
Say a teenager. If my teenager come to me and said something that made me upset, I would tell them. Is that bad?
I think you could tell them in the sense of like, this is like not how I want you to act. But I don't think you can tell a child that's already going through so much that this is how you're making me feel, carry that. Because they are just going to carry it. They're going to be acting, feeling, exhibiting big emotions. And now it's like you've also added to my load. It's like, I make you feel crap. I'm trying to navigate what's going on with my mom. I feel this. I know I'm acting this way and I can't help it. Now I feel even worse. I feel like go and express it to your partner or your friends.
I'm not sure I agree. I don't mean about young children, but I think teenagers...
But what do you want them to do about that?
But I just think we've got a relationship. We communicate in every other sense. I would communicate with you.
But your relationship is breaking down right now.
No, but I would say the way you're acting... I'll do it in a nice way, I think. I'd say, I know you're struggling. I'm always here for you, like I have been. Just when you do this, it can sometimes make me feel like you don't want me here and I don't know how to act. I just think the end goal is...
Like, how would you want the child to respond to that?
I just want them to be aware of how they make... of the situation. Because I think in a family, especially when the children are older, you should all be aware of how you make each other feel. Like, that's a massive thing in our house.
Yeah. I think our job is to equip young people, children, whether they're in our village, our biological children, our stepchildren. It's our job to equip them with the tools, the emotional, mental tools to be able to navigate big feelings, difficult situations. And to know when you speak to me like that or when you say that to me, it makes me feel like X. Why don't we explore some other ways to express ourselves? Why don't we think about maybe how we can get our frustrations out without making each other feel...
Okay, so there's a declaration and also like a practical step next.
Yeah, I think we touched on this, didn't we? That was it the husbands episodes? Yeah, it was the husbands episodes where they kind of touched on growing up in environments where they didn't see
something, but they
situations resolved. Yeah, they didn't see healthy communication, right? And that is healthy communication, to be able to say, even sometimes I have to put boundaries in place with like friends, family, young people around me, and be like, just because we don't agree, it doesn't mean that you have to say something hurtful. Like, we can disagree, or you can be frustrated with something, and we can express ourselves without hurting one another. Yeah. And they're the tools that we need to teach to our children and our young people. I feel like that's one of our most important jobs, is to like send them out into the world with healthy emotional regulation, communication skills, stuff like that. But therapy, of course, when like with this child, he's obviously been through so much trauma. Stepmom might not even be able to navigate the big feelings that he's going through.
Can we rewind? So do you think, that you shouldn't tell your children if they're doing something that upsets you?
No,
I think you should.
Do you not?
Yeah. No, I agree in a sense of like, now you say, okay, I'm telling you how you're making me feel. Let's try this. Or can we discuss other ways that we can express our feelings. What I was perceiving before was, I'm going to tell you, and now I've left you with the knowledge of. That's what I don't agree with, because I don't, like, a child that is already struggling to regulate or make sense of their feelings, I don't know what me adding my feelings on top is going to do that is a benefit. But like, I get what you mean, like, declare and then think of a solution. Or like a part 2 or whatever.
I suppose
I get
with
that.
both of my three of the big kids, I suppose I'd never really, all their feelings, if they're struggling, we talk through it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like part of the conversation. I would never say, I feel like this, see you later.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I feel like this. Have you thought about, if it was in your shoes, how you would feel? Have you thought about this? Can we try it? Like, do you get what I mean? It's just it's part of our
I think
convo.
that's everyday kind of thing. This is like a unique situation where mum disappeared, mum's reappeared. Don't know how to act.
Yeah.
How many outlets has this child had to express himself and express the
It
big
just sounds like
emotions?
therapy.
And it also doesn't really sound like there are conversations happening.
Yeah.
She's not shared anything with us around how this is being dealt with as a family. She's talking about how she feels, but hasn't expressed that she's even shared that with her partner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's the things unsaid can be the biggest trauma, the biggest weight in the room, the biggest elephant. Sometimes it's not the things that we do say, it's the things that we don't say that cause the trauma.
And it causes the uncomfortable situation, you know, that uneasy feeling. Maybe they both don't want to hurt each other's feelings. They both love each other so much that they're trying not to address it, thinking that they're going to ignore it, but it's becoming bigger and bigger. A thing for me as well is like the dad. Where's the dad? Say if I was really struggling with something and I thought it was best for me not to approach it, I would speak to Rio.
Yeah.
If it's old situation dependent, does this make sense? Like if it's in regards to like a previous life. So if it's something with the children and like their family, I would say maybe it's your place to talk about what you think and have a conversation without me there.
Yeah. These are your people.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? I think that is, the dad could do that. He could say, let me talk. I know, mum.
Definitely.
I know what's gone on. Let's sit down and
Like
have a conversation.
in this dilemma.
Yeah, in this dilemma.
And also the dad's responsibility to communicate to biological mum, whatever you're saying to our child, this is the impacts that it's having on him. These are the behavioural changes that I've seen. She's not been around, right?
But she wants him not to like the stepmom, so that's probably playing into her.
Of course. But what's the consequence of that? A child being conflicted and torn and splitting, you know?
And how far back does the stepmom take? Because she's been in it for 8 years.
She shouldn't take a step back at all.
Yeah, but now we're like handing the reins over to partner and saying like, go chat to her. I don't think I don't think her partner knows this woman anymore either. She's been missing for 8 to 9 years.
I wish
we
we
don't
knew
know
why.
her.
I wish we knew why she was missing.
And you know what you've just said just sparked something. This stepmom has looked after the child, full time for 8 years.
Yeah.
Every day for
That's
8
his
years,
mum.
doing everything as a maternal figure. Then the minute something goes wrong, she can't go and speak to him. But she's been looking after him for 8 years.
Right.
So why is it as stepmums, we could do everything. Then as soon as there's a little bit of conflict, it's like, we might be overstepping the mark here.
Because the
We've been
reality
looking
gets
after him for 8 years.
highlighted. Yeah, that's not your child.
Yeah.
I know, but
That's why there's a hesitancy when something bad or hard happens, because in these things you get reminded, oh, I know why this feels hard.
There is that. That's always there. But there's also you have to stand firm as a responsible adult.
Absolutely.
And know, like, I have been caring for I know this child. I know this child.
Yeah.
Like, mum doesn't actually
know
this child.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I might be stepmom and that is bio mum and we have our roles and both of those roles are very important. But actually the position that I need to play here is I need to communicate the changes that I've seen, the needs of this child, the impacts that this is having on him, maybe coordinating the therapeutic care. That's her responsibility. And rather than fall into the shadows because all of a sudden bio mum's shown up, if the care and the well-being of this child is the most important thing in this scenario, she needs to actually step forward. Now, maybe that's tactically, maybe she needs to be a little bit strategic about how she does that, but she needs to play her position that she's been playing so well for 9 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I really don't understand how it got to a place where the child started seeing his biological mum and there was not a conversation with the stepmom and the dad.
Yeah.
Beforehand, that the stepmom was like fully involved in. When we first heard the dilemma, I thought she said a lot, but she hasn't said much at all.
Yeah, agree.
She hasn't said, there's a lot of text, but there's not actually, we don't really know the circumstances.
It just sounds like she's isolated herself now.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's by herself.
And I think what you both touched on about that feeling of being, realization that I'm just a stepmom.
Yeah.
That's a harsh reality. Although I know it's reality, sometimes I think, especially if you're a full-time step-parent, you kind of forget that. You don't forget they're your stepkids, but you forget that you could be the first one. Yeah, I don't know. And then it's really hard to explain. Like, I know how she feels because it's just certain times, like I said before, 90% of the year, 95% of the year, you just carry on like normal family. Then 5%, something hits you as a dagger in the heart because you think, oh, I would be maybe the first out. Or I would be this, but you love them so much. So she's probably going through a lot of feelings.
She is feeling like the first out though.
Yeah.
Because the son is building a relationship with his biological mum. Doesn't sound like there's been any effect between him and his dad.
That shouldn't be at the expense of his and her relationship. Those relationships should both be able to prosper without one going down.
Yeah, but the mum is doing something.
There's no transparency around what mum is doing, what biological mum is doing, and that's causing a lot of problems.
I want to know what she's actually saying.
Me too.
Stepmom's being very politically correctish. She doesn't want to go into too much information.
Yeah. They need to go back to therapy and say, okay, this is the life update. Now help us.
And also, why can't 3 adults sit down and have a conversation? Why can't mum, bio
She
mum?
doesn't want to.
It's hard though, that.
I've been looking after your child for the past 9 years. I would be there with chest.
Would you?
I would be there with
You can't
chest.
see him until we've spoken. I need to check you out.
Absolutely.
But do you have that right as a stepmom?
Dad should be asserting himself in that way.
What are you going to do? Come and take him out of my house? Who said that the visitation needs to start at this time? Unless social services were involved, I don't understand who said that we need to start this. Like, the stepmom's being very kind.
But maybe that's what a stepson wants and she's doing what's best for him.
I just need to know how old he is, because
I feel like he's a
how
teenager.
does he even know that his mum's around?
Yeah, well, maybe she's contacted him. We don't know the avenues, and maybe he's gone into it thinking, you know what it's like. We've spoke about this before. You've spoke about it. Where like with your dad, you crave that father figure. Like he's probably craving that motherly figure, not knowing what he's getting himself into. Yeah. But when you think of a mum or a dad, you just think, I just want it. And he's probably really juggling with so many emotions here.
But I'm saying that they've allowed the visits to begin without checking it out. That's all I'm saying. The stepmom should, with chest, with her partner, vet mum. They're well within their rights. She's been missing. I don't know who you are.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But I think you can have conversation with family members and say, this is how it is. This is how the kids are. And they'll go, yes, yes, yes. And that doesn't mean they're going to comply.
They'll go away and do the same thing.
Yeah, because some people have ulterior motives.
Yeah. Maybe sit down as the stepson, the son, biological mother, stepmother and dad all sit down together. Because if there's triangulation happening, if there's manipulation happening, the only way that is resolved is when everybody sits down in a room together.
Because the truth, you can't lie in those situations.
I mean, you can.
Oh, and but someone else around that table knows you're lying or will out you. And I think, a lot of the time it's the things unsaid. It's always the things unsaid, or things that are said in silos, things that are like, you two are having a conversation over there. He's talking to mum over here, but actually no one's bringing you all together. And at the end of the day, you're a family. Whether you like it or not, stepmum and bio mum are a family.
Yeah, 100%, whether you like it or not. I just don't know why BM doesn't like it.
Well, I mean...
Because you probably feel shame.
Yeah, I'd be mortified if that was me. Yeah. I'd be mortified if I've done something so traumatising to my child that another woman's got to look after them.
I'd be so grateful.
I don't know if I'd be grateful.
Thank you so much for taking care of my child when I was down and out.
I may feel like that. I don't know, but I also think I'd feel a little bit of envy.
Yeah.
Because I should have been doing that, but just through my own insecurities. I mean, it's never going to happen, but...
I think I'd feel gratitude and shame, and I think those things can coexist at the same time. And that shame might manifest itself as envy, but actually the root of it is shame.
Mm.
You can still be grateful. You might not say that you're grateful, but in your heart of hearts, how could you not be grateful to another
She's definitely
person?
not grateful. She's being horrible about
she's being very spiteful. And maybe what it is as well, she wants to control how her son sees her. So the only way that she can make herself appear to not be the mum that abandoned you and left you is by manipulating the son into thinking that the stepmother is actually the wicked one. Oh, she pushed me away. She made me had a breakdown.
Oh my gosh,
I'm making things
imagine?
up. But that's
Imagine
the
if
only
she's
way she can
actually saying
control the perception of her child.
Yeah.
Which probably means more to her now at this point than anything else.
The thing is, like we say all the time, it always comes to light. You can always. Things always come to light. You can't hide them forever.
Yeah.
I think let's think about the stepmom. She's thinking about withdrawing or stepping back. I think that can do a lot of damage. I don't think that stepping back from a child.
I don't think she should do it,
when they need you is a good thing. When they're used to having a certain level of love from you, the minute you start acting different, that's going to add even more, just more layers and levels of trauma, really.
And she might not step back in.
Yeah. And I think it's, again, communicate.
Yeah.
I might be acting a bit off with you because I'm struggling with the way you're talking to me. I love you so much. I want to go back to how we were, but I'm finding it hard. I think everything's about communication.
Everything. And actually step forward. Lean into it even more.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
Stay in your position.
Yeah.
But I think, regardless of everything, she now needs her own support system. It's very clear that she is kind of being shifted out of her normalcy, her family, structure, everyday type thing. She needs support in that.
I would go as far, if I was in that situation, I would go as far as to building bridges with biological mum and saying to her, I recognise that you might have some big feelings too. You might be feeling some shame. You might be feeling some regret. And I would actually make a concerted effort to build bridges. If that came without if that was to the detriment of me, of my husband, of the family, but if I felt that her behaviour was strange and maybe there was a way that we could find a common understanding based on the well-being of the child, I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I think I would do the same.
Yeah. But she needs a support system first.
She does.
Because if that backfires, you're just going to be on the floor.
Yeah.
She needs to find a community. She needs people to be around people that understand.
Yeah.
What not to be biased, but understand what it is that she's going through. So then when she is making efforts to try and remedy the situation, if it doesn't work out, she has someone to fall, some people to fall back on and say, this is the situation, help me get through this season kind of thing. But I think they all need to do family therapy and maybe invite bio mum as well into the fold.
Family therapy, just sitting down as a family and having a conversation, building bridges with bio mum, making sure that the child has a safe space to express all of the big feelings that are coming up. And I feel as well with children and young people, often they don't feel like that they can truly express how they feel because they think that they're going to be punished or love's going to be withdrawn, right? And to really reassure a young person, the child, to say, listen, do you want to go in there and swear? You've seen those videos on Instagram and they're go in the bathroom and say all the cuss words that you want.
Yeah.
I think it's that is really empowering for young people and for children, for him to know that there's nothing that you could be feeling or experiencing now that we would punish you for.
But also, you know what,
Do you know what I mean?
even children that exhibit big feelings, they don't actually think it's a big deal sometimes. Sometimes kids don't understand that what you're feeling is actually a very big deal.
Yeah.
They are just trying to override it and say, okay, I'm being silly or whatever.
Yeah.
Kids have them thoughts. And sometimes you have to say, okay, what it is that you're sad about is actually a really big deal. Yeah. We need to talk about it. You cannot just brush over it. 100%. So I think also naming the feelings that you see and letting them know that this is a heavy feeling. Don't know if you feel that it's heavy, but it is.
Yeah.
We need to work it out.
And I also think sometimes with teenagers, they're just figuring out what they're feeling. Sometimes they're overwhelmed and angry and upset. But until you sit down and go through each stage of their life, they can't tell you why.
Yeah.
It's like it's all gone into one big fuzzle.
Yeah.
And we need to sit down. There's a lot of this in my house. And like, right, what is going on? Because something's wrong. And then it takes some work to get it out.
Absolutely.
And then actually afterwards they feel better. But it's sometimes just everything. They can't articulate it.
Yeah.
But it's biology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like early childhood development. I think it's until you're 14 years old, your brain hasn't developed to the point where you can verbalize and communicate what you are feeling inside. So kids, and that's why I really struggle to see adults who personalize the way children are treating them, because they're children. They don't really get it. Like, we have to toughen up a bit, adults, parents, elders, and understand that often when young people and children are lashing out, they're not regulated. They don't, and it is our job to teach them how to do that. But if we respond to their confusion with, well, I'm offended and you've upset me, they're never going to learn.
Yeah.
They're never going to learn.
Yeah, it's true.
I think one big thing that I actually do with my kids is that I name their feelings a lot of the time because they don't have the vocabulary. They've never even learned it. Like, I've told, like, when my 8-year-old was younger, I've told her, what you're feeling now is called jealousy, and this is not a good feeling. And that's the reason why you're acting like this.
Wow. Like with her friendship groups and stuff
No,
like that?
with her sisters. Like, whenever it's someone's birthday, she started acting up. And I was just like,
I've seen that before.
You're
quite
actually
funny.
jealous. You're actually jealous that this person is having like all of this
moment.
attention. Yeah. And I had to tell her, this is what you're feeling. This is what it's called. This is what's making you act this way. And you have to actively fight against that. Let me explain to you how. And even with my 4-year-old, when he was a bit younger and he used to tantrum, now he's got this big thing where wherever he feels upset, he refuses to calm himself down because he can calm himself down unless you say sorry to him. And then we tell him, this does not warrant an apology. You have misunderstood this. And you have chosen to take it this way. I'm telling you, this is a miscommunication. That's what it's called, my love. So the next time something like this happens, you're not going to demand an apology from me. You're going to say, Mummy, there's been a miscommunication. That's what it is. Like, there's no way a 4-year-old can know what miscommunication is and that word even exists amongst a whole bag of other words. But we have to give them the language, define it for them, tell them how to recognize it, and give them the tools to like jump out of it, because these are not good things.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful to hear that, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Because they need it. Meanwhile, like, when I was younger, I feel like I used to feel so many things. Like, I remember there was times I would feel rage, like, within me. And I didn't know why I was feeling it. I didn't know what to do, but I just had like images in my head of me wanting to break things. And that's obviously like me wanting to like release something that's within me. But then like I would hear my mum and say, did you say something? And I got tight. No, I didn't say nothing. I'd be in my room writing, I hate you, Mum, in my wardrobe, like in little messages on my wall, I hate Mummy, I want my dad, like all of these things, hoping that she'll see it when I'm very far away. Yeah. So there's no repercussions. But I want her to know like how I'm feeling. Meanwhile, all I needed her to do was to come and sit with me and say, you're angry because of whatever reason. Right. Like, let's imagine if you just spoke to me, but you just left me to seethe and like not understand what I'm going through. And then my outlet was just like not good.
Yeah.
We grew up, oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, grew up in the generation of my mum's favourite thing to say. No shade, Mum. it was a different time. What are you crying for?
Oh,
You want me to give you something to cry about?
oh my gosh.
So you
No, I don't.
You can't even cry. Like, I'm traumatized here. I'm having a breakdown for whatever
And
reason.
also, if you don't cry, they're now angry because they're
think
shouting
you're
at
bad?
you.
You think you're bad?
So yeah, or like they smacked you, or because my mom used to beat me, and you firmed it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're strong now.
Yeah.
You want to kill me? Yeah. I'm sorry.
If you try to block it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hit me?
Oh my! It's
trying to hit me.
Do you want me to break or do you want me to get over it?
Yeah.
Where do you want me to be?
Yeah.
No, it's true. You can't win.
Just mad.
But actually, Tia does say that to me sometimes. I can't win. Because I've got to be honest. Only sometimes I've got to be real. Because sometimes she says sorry all the time. And I'm like, just stop saying sorry all the time. You don't have to say sorry for everything.
Just change your behaviour.
Just change your behaviour.
Please.
And then sometimes she doesn't say sorry. I say, you're not going to say sorry. And she's like, well, last time you told me I was saying it too much. And I'm like, shit, I'm doing that thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it without realising.
Yeah. But then also sometimes you have to actually just affirm your kids, yes, you can't win.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can't win. Say sorry in every circumstance, but also change your behaviour.
The game is rigged.
Like the game is rigged.
The game is the game.
The game is the game. That's it.
Don't hate the player, baby.
Yeah.
No, I know, because sometimes like we're trying so hard, well I am, to be that better parent. But we're just learning as well. And sometimes you do.
Trial and error.
Yeah, it's trial and error, isn't it? Can't be perfect on your first run.
But there's too much help now.
Is there?
Yeah, man.
No, there is, but it's all, some of it is a bit airy-fairy. I think you have to go through things as like a woman to change your way of seeing things. It's not necessarily what I see online that changes my perspective on things. Does that make sense?
It's when you're in it, right?
It's when you're in it
experiencing
and you're like self-assessing.
Yeah.
And realising who you are and what you're doing and how that's affecting people. It's not really online.
And what you want.
Yeah. And maybe when I hear one of you two talking and you give good advice, I think, I respect you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and use that. But airy-fairy online, I probably don't pay loads of attention to it. What the thing is, this dilemma, but also in so many blended families, this kind of issue of loyalty bonds, like you can't love
more than
you have
one.
to love one more than the other.
Yeah.
And the two people can't coexist on a parallel.
Yeah.
Like even now to like, it's taken years for us, but we speak with the kids like, because you love your mum doesn't mean you can't love me.
Yeah. Yes.
And because you love me doesn't mean you don't love your mum.
Yeah.
Like you can love both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, not just about my situation, but everyone thinks that, oh, if you love her, that means you didn't love her that much. But like, what is this?
Do you know what I think the issue with kids are? Especially if you've been raised in a household with your mum and your dad, is that you're born and you don't know nothing, you don't know no one, and you've had X amount of years to learn to trust your caregiver, your parents, to love them, to depend on them. This is the person that feeds me, shelters me, this is the person I go to when I'm scared. Like children are not just like born and then they automatically like know their parent. They've grown and they've developed these bonds to their parents. That's why, like, you know, God forbid if a child got kidnapped at like 1, they will grow bonds with their kidnapper and you give them back to their biological parents and it's going to take a hot minute. It's not because they're biological parents that the child is just going to be automatically bonded to you.
I've never thought about
it.
That.
It takes time. It takes effort, it takes sacrifice, right? But with a step parent, it's just like, bang, here's this new adult and you just expect a child to like bond. It's not going to work like that. So then when conflict happens and the ones that you are bonded to starts to say, don't know about the step parent or whatever, the child doesn't even, I don't think they even have like a neurological choice, but to say, my bonded, like these humans that I'm bonded to, they have some type of issue. I need to stay on this side.
They said that's not safe.
It's not safe over there. Something's been triggered. An alarm has gone off because my safety bonded humans are acting some type of way. That's set me off. It's not that I hate my step parents, but I'm not sure I'm safe with you anymore because these people have caused doubts inside of me. So we can't look at a child and be like, you can love me, you're allowed to love me, because they don't know the neurological path of doing that. They haven't been around you enough.
That's really interesting way to think about it. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah. It's the conflict, isn't it? The conflict part.
That's why it's so important for parents to not say terrible things.
To sign off.
Yes.
Bloody hell, just sign off on it.
Yeah, just let the children know that whatever happens,
it's cool
fine.
over there.
That's sorry,
but it's also normally the people that make it be known that there's conflict, if they are, that then in the long run, the kids end up not wanting to be near.
Yeah.
In like most
When
circumstances.
they grow the independence from the bonded.
Yeah.
Yes.
As they grow older, they get to know what people are really, when you're younger, you just love everyone because they're your family.
Yeah.
But as you grow older and you get to know people and get to know their ways,
you're more
you
independent in your thinking.
Yeah, actually, I don't quite agree with this.
Yeah.
I don't quite agree with that. And that causes a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was going to say, there's one good thing I feel that is part of old school parenting, and that was that we weren't in the room.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the room to hear the conversations.
Yep.
Like, we were very... I feel like back then, there was way more privacy and protection of what children were exposed to or would hear.
Yeah.
And now I feel like when you were speaking, I was like, loyalty bonds are formed because adults don't have healthy relationships. So children are scared to love multiple people, let's say mum and stepmum or mum and dad even. I can honestly say that I've seen it a lot in my family and also with like friends where children are not able to express the love for their dads because of the anger and resentment that mum is holding towards dad.
Yeah.
And I've even seen children be punished because, dad turns up once every 4 months, right? He turns up with all the gifts. He's got the trainers, he's got this. So to the kids, it's like, dad's the best. He took me here. I had trainers, I had this. Meanwhile, mum's been grafting every day. And rather than mum just
being happy for you.
No, you might not even be happy. You might be absolutely fuming. This man comes along, gets all the glory.
Yeah.
He's not helped me for 4 months. But that's something that you hold.
That's your business.
That's your business.
Not the
That's
child's
the adult. So
business.
you go and privately cuss him out in the car park.
Go work it
and
out.
come home and be like, look at those lovely trainers that your dad bought for you.
Yeah.
But children are too exposed to the emotional dysregulation, anger, resentment of the adults.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really the root cause of these loyalty bonds.
Yeah. And then the children feel like in order for me to remain loyal to the one that I'm bonded with, I have to reject the one that's making my parents act this way. And also, like, when they get older, something that I've seen as well, children pick peace. So it's like, I know my mum and dad are at odds, or like my mum and my step-parents are, or my parent and my step-parents are at odd. But the one that I reside with, I want to be happy here. So I'm just going to have to I'm going to have to turf you. What happened?
She burps.
Oh, Natalie.
She just thought it'd be a silent one and it wasn't.
I'd rather a burp than a fart.
I'm so sorry.
So it's fine. We're human.
Sorry, guys.
Are we going to cut this out? No, we shouldn't. No.
Keep it in.
Go on. Blooper.
Say that bit again because it was really good. Sorry.
I don't know what I was saying.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know what I
But
said.
Nat just looked at me like, as if, did you hear that?
And then Kate went...
Okay, ladies, I feel like we've kind of covered it. Do you?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So I think we said it was family therapy. The stepmom needs to find her a support system for herself. Family discussion, including the biological mum, making sure that the son feels like he's safe to express his big emotions. And I think we said that stepmom shouldn't, if she can help it, not step back.
Yeah,
she should hold her position.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
probably he needs her more now than ever.
Yeah.
Although it's going to be difficult for her because she's getting resistance.
Oh, and build bridge. Try where you can for stepmom to build bridges with the biological mum.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like,
That's a lot of points.
A lot of
we
points.
gave a whole bundle.
And we hope you're okay, because this can be hard when you're feeling rejected. It's a terrible feeling.
It is.
Whatever the age, rejection hurts.
Yeah.
But I feel like he does love you. He's just conflicted.
He must love you.
Yeah, he's conflicted with what's going on.
Yeah.
He's just trying to process this, and unfortunately, you're bearing the brunt of it.
And your job is to support him.
Yeah.
You know, support him and give him the tools and teach him. And that might be difficult, but that's your role.
Yeah. And you are important, and carry on. Think of everything you've done for the last 8 to 9 years, and don't let someone else come in and trample
Erase
over that.
yeah.
Yes. So that's
And keep us updated as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
please do.
yes.
That's something that we need to say, actually.
Yeah.
Because we answer your dilemmas and we actually care. We come in and we go, oh, I wonder what happened with this one or that one. So please give us updates.
We're invested. Baby in the bin woman.
Oh no.
Send us an
It's
update.
actually not a baby. It was a photo of a baby.
You know what I mean. You
No
know who you are.
defamation here.
Sorry. Sue me.
Yes, please do keep us updated. We hope that you're doing okay. And please do continue watching. And if you are watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe and keep sending in your questions and your dilemmas through to the Blended Instagram. And we'll be here at the same time next week. Lots of love. Mwah.